Hello, good morning, it's Kath. Hi, how are you all? I do hope you're well. So I'm the wellbeing practitioner at Sahir House, and we're looking at different ways to stay fit and well during this time. Obviously we're all indoors in our houses, but there's some beautiful sunshine coming through, as you can see. And I'm just doing a series kind of each week of some ideas and suggestions for moving around, for staying well, for keeping flexible, because we're possibly sitting quite a bit at the moment, and just some basic stuff, but we can build on it and we can learn new skills, which is kind of a really positive possibility while we have this period that we have to stay indoors. So we've done some Qigong knocking. You'll see that on the Sahir House YouTube channel. We've done some shaking, we've done some stretching and wiggling, and we've done a number of meditations, and they're all on our channel, the Sahir House YouTube channel, for you to dip in and out of at any time. I hope you do. I'm enjoying doing them, and it would appear that people are quite enjoying and finding useful, so they're there for you, and I hope you access them. So today I'm going to look at something called the 5 Tibetan Rites. They are ancient asanas that are similar to yoga asanas, but they're based in Tibetan cultural traditions, and they're very easy to do, very easy to remember. You start by doing 3 rounds of each, and I shall demonstrate them. And then you build up ultimately to 21 rounds of each asana. So you might start with 3, and then next week go to 5, and then the week after go to 7, and the week after that go to 9, and so on. But we're just going to do 3 together today. And I've got my camera at this angle, and I've measured it so that hopefully you'll see everything that I'm doing clearly. So without further ado, let's start. Now I've had a glass of water, and I've done a little bit of breathing this morning, so and a little bit of knocking, so I'd suggest that you might want to do that before you do this. But just take a few deep breaths together, and then we'll start. I'll be standing in a second, so let's just settle in and come into the presence and the now. If you keep breathing, I'll just explain the asanas a little bit. So they're thought to build strength and flexibility and decrease stress at certain times, and they're intended to be practiced in the morning, but there's no reason why you couldn't practice them any time of the day. Yeah, so if you want to come out of your little miniature breath practice there, hi, and just follow me. Okay, so we need to stand first. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me, and just settle into your stance, feet shoulder width apart, and hold your hands perpendicular, palms up, and we are going to spin in a clockwise direction, so we're going to lead with the right. We're going to do this very slowly, and it's helpful if you have a point on the floor or a point ahead of you to keep referring to stop you from feeling dizzy. But just do it nice and slow. Arms as high and as perpendicular as you can make. And so we'll begin. So this is the turning first right. Nice and slow. Just following your own breath. So that's 3, so just catching your breath. I'm going to come to the camera and move it. So hi, you got me close for a minute. that's the first rite. That's wonderful. And well done for doing that. Hi. And we'll just do the second rite. Okay, so you should have me in camera there. Yeah. Hi there. That's great. So brilliant. Get down, maybe as if you can, bend your knees and sit down like this. We're going to get on our backs. So I've got the carpet. You might want to have a yoga mat if you've got it, or some form of cushioning for yourself. And we're going to lie on our backs. This is called the J, and you'll see why shortly. So down we go. Okay. So hopefully you can see me. And our legs are straight out. And our hands are straight out as well. Okay. So eyes facing upwards. Everything straight out. Just rest for a moment. And then I'll show you, and then we'll do it together. So let me just show you the first round. So the J is you lifting your feet. Bend your knees in first. And lift your feet, and then lift your head. Okay, so this is the J here. And then you're taking everything down. If you can take your legs down straight, that's great. If that's a bit of a challenge, bend your knees. Okay, so I'm going to do it with bent knees. And I'm going to give you the breathing. Okay, so this is an inhale. And an exhale. And relax. And an inhale. And an exhale. And an inhale. And an exhale. Oh, and relax for a second. Okay, so that's 3 J's. And that's the second rite. And you're going to get on your knees, okay? That's wonderful, you're doing really well. All right. I'm just checking my inhalation and exhalation so that I remember. Okay, so just your feet underneath and your hands by your sides like this. I'll just go to the, maybe see me better there. Okay. And we're just going to take a few breaths. That's great. And how we do it this time are 3. I'll demonstrate first and then we'll do 3 together, okay? So this is the demonstration. So we are inhaling. And we are exhaling. So the legs don't change too much, okay? So we're inhaling, and this is 1. Opening the chest, and exhaling. Dropping the chin to the chest, and inhaling. This is number 2 of 3, and exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And come on down. Well done, that was great. So this is just called the arching, because you're obviously arching your back. Okay, so the next one's called the tabletop. It's quite easy to remember, I think. So it's on the floor as well. So we're just going to turn and go on to our bum, okay? And some of you will know this stance because it's called the staff. We do it in yoga. Okay, so you have your legs straight out in front of you and your back as straight as you can. And as I always say, you know, nobody's back is perfectly straight. Mine certainly isn't. But just as straight as you can. If you need to bend your knees to kind of get the back straighter, that's fine. But if you can, feet out. Now, the alignment of this is that your feet and hands stay pretty much in the same place. So you're going to place your hands just under your buttock. You know, you're literally going to place your hands by your sides here. So not here and not here, but for this one, your hands are here. So you might lift your shoulders. Your hands are directly by your hips here. So you're going to kind of rock forward onto your feet and lift, and this is the tabletop, and this is the demonstration, okay? So come on down, and you kind of swing down and place your bottom down, okay? So we are going to inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. And we'll start together now. So ready on an inhale. So inhaling. Okay, push and exhaling. Down. So my feet are slightly apart now. That helps, I think. So lifting and inhaling. Tabletop and come on down. It's kind of swinging down. Swinging down on the exhale, and you will exert yourself. So you can hear my breath changing. So breathing in, flat feet, and breathing out. So that's our 3, and that's the tabletop. Well done. Doing well, keep them going. That's fabulous. The next one is, you'll recognise it. It's called the 2 dogs. So anyone who does traditional yoga will have done this many times. So it's an upward facing dog to a downward facing dog. And we are doing this 3 times. So I'll demonstrate first and then we'll do it together, okay? So get on your hands and knees. Just go back a little bit. And first of all, start with your downward dog and you're going to exhale. So how that is you have your hands underneath your shoulders and you're kind of on your knees and you're just dropping, which will kind of put bend in your back, and you might naturally want to lift your eyes to the ceiling. So that's what that is. So you're going from here, hands under shoulders, and you're dropping, putting that bend in your back, and if it feels good, tip your head back, okay? So that's the move, and that's an inhale. Okay, and then we're going to exhale and go into a downward facing dog, but I'm going to take my socks off for this. You might want to do the same so your feet are solid to the floor. So how you go from there, that's your inhale, to here. So feet apart, bend your knees if you need to. You're pushing through, so look at your between your knees, and your arms are outstretched, and you're pointing your bum up to the air, and you're pushing through with your hands, okay? Bend your knees if you need to, and then come on down. There's your exhale. Okay, so we've taken a little time to show you that because it's slightly more complicated, but we'll do it together now, okay? So when you're ready, together, we'll do an inhale and an exhale. Bend your knees, look through between your knees, feet apart, and inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, bum to the ceiling. Probably can't hear me because my scarf. Bum to the ceiling, knees bent, arms outstretched, looking between your knees. And then come on down, you've done really well. That's the most exertion, I think. Bring your knees in. Place your bum on your knees if you can. And relax in child's pose for a few seconds. So we're going to recap, okay? So we've got the spinning clockwise. Follow your right hand. Okay, and then we've got the J. Do you remember the J? We've got the J. We've got the tabletop. And we've got the two dogs. The 5 Tibetan rites. So, taking it from the top to remember, I forgot the arching, didn't I? So I'm so sorry. So taking it from the top, clockwise, 3 rounds, okay? Clockwise spin. And then your J. And don't forget to bend your legs if you need to, okay? So your J is lifting your head off the floor and taking your legs towards your forehead, okay? So you're bending in the middle. And then the arching is on your knees and you're taking your head back a little bit and then bringing your head forward, okay? So that's the arching, that's the 3rd rite. The 4th rite is your tabletop and the 5th rite is your 2 dogs. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to have to end soon so that we can upload it properly. So let's take a few breaths. Whew. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying doing the meditations and the stretch and wiggle and the knocking, and now you have Tibetan 5 rites to practice. So I wish you best of luck with that. You can build on the practice, don't forget, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, so thanks for listening. Bye for now.